Welcome to the Ben Mallah podcast. We're here to talk about real estate, business, anything of that sort. And we have a very, very special announcement today. Do you want to tell them what the special announcement is?
We're having a real estate party, baby. February 24th, 7 o'clock. Come to my hotel. Buy a ticket. Go to benmal.com/live. It's not just one of those seminars where you're bored, you sit around, blah, 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 blah. Bullshit. You're going to hang out with me. You're going to hang out with all of my sons, everybody, my wife, the whole gang. And we're going to talk about making some money. It's a new year. What are you doing? You can hang out. We're going to have food. We're going to have some entertainment. We're going to be hanging out all night. And you're helping me coming to my hotel. Okay? It's going to be our real estate party, baby. We're going to hang out and talk about making money. That's what we're going to do. And you need to buy a ticket because it can only fit so many people in the room, or else the fire department will get on me. So hurry up, buy your ticket before they sell out. Come hang out with us and help us out. We like helping you. Come help us. My interest rate's double on that hotel, maybe triple now. Insurance, forget about it. Insurance is through the roof. We're paying for all the shit that happened in the last hurricane. So come on down, hang out with us. We're going to be there to help everybody we can. I guarantee I'll personally talk to everybody there, help them as quick as I can, and let's do it. What else?
I like it. And then this is going to be, when's the date?
February 24th, the day after your birthday, baby. That's going to be your birthday present. You're going to have a party with all these great people. Let me tell you something. I've done these things many times already. They are the greatest events, at least for me, because I'm with people that really care about me. Okay, and I love these people. These people make me. They're going to be a lasting memory. It's like the highlight of my life. These people coming down and hanging out with me. You know, it's something I'll remember till the day I die. The greatest people are networking. We're talking about who's doing what, and I'm doing this, and what's going on over here. We get people from all over the country. It's a fabulous event, and I really hope you're going to come, because if you do, it's going to get you in the vibe, baby. We're going to get in the vibe of making money in 24. We're going to forget about all the bullshit going on in the world, and we're going to focus on making some money.
Yeah. And then it's not any it's just so real because you're really with people who have been doing it their whole lives, who have made a huge fortune over it. So I would say it's a no-brainer to come to it. It's definitely, if you're looking to get value in real estate, business, or lifestyle, or anything of that sort, you definitely should come because it is the place to come.
benmal.com/live. Buy your ticket. Go to benhotels.com. Pick your hotel. You can stay where the event is. You can stay down the block. You can go stay on the beach. We got about 3 different spots on the beach along the what is it, the Gulf of Mexico. You were out there today.
I went fishing today.
How many miles did you go out?
I went about 17 miles out.
17 miles out into the goddamn Gulf?
Yeah.
And you brought back some fish?
Yeah, brought some lane snapper.
Now we ain't got to buy dinner tomorrow. Saving money is making money.
Yep. All right, so this is the first podcast of 2024. Can we do a little recap of, the year of 2023 and maybe predictions or what you feel like you want to do in 2024? Because it's a whole new year and who knows where it's going to go. So let's do a recap.
I'm glad 23 is over. In my entire career, it's probably the worst year. Well, COVID kicked my ass too. But, I don't know what to say. 23 was not good. Why? Because they raised the goddamn interest rate and they took away my cash flow. So the cash ain't flowing, baby. So don't buy shit. Takes me over to the dealership. He thinks he tricks me. We're looking at an apartment building the other day. I'm looking around, checking the place out. Oh, by the way, can we make a stop here? Some guy wanted to see you, and I promised him and all that. It was the car dealership. He thinks he's going to upgrade. He's going to downgrade unless he shows me some good grades.
My birthday is coming up on the day before, so maybe I might pull up to an event in a new car.
You earn in life.
We'll see.
You get what you earn. There's no giveaways. Birthdays, all that shit. You got to earn to get something from me, baby.
You're right.
Anyway.
All right. So 2023, you said it was the worst year you've had so far?
Very bad year. Okay. It really stuck. So I don't know what to say. I'm glad it's over, and I'm going to try to just say, fuck it. Oh, my curse, sorry.
Now we're
And
good.
just
We're
start with a
past.
new year and a fresh attitude, ready to kick some ass, okay? We got Vincent looking for deals. I got Ben Jr. looking for deals. I'm looking for deals, and our clock's ticking, and we're going to find something out there. It's not easy. The market's in some weird place right now. Get it through your head, sellers. You can't get the same price you were getting when the interest rates were low. All right, wake up. I'm waking up. I'm taking millions off the goddamn prices of some of the stuff I'm selling. Why? Because that's the market. It's got to make sense. The numbers got to work. Real estate is all about common sense, logical numbers. All right? So we all know it's got to make sense. If it don't make sense,
It don't make dollars.
very good. You learned something?
All right. So 2023, bad year. A lot of things, went downhill, not uphill. So coming into 2024, what are you looking to do?
I will say.
What in 2023?
I'm paying probably 2.5 times the interest rate, but when the interest rate was low, the banks weren't paying shit. I was getting like nothing. Now I'm getting like 5.5% on money just sitting there. The problem is that money that's just sitting there is getting taxed at 37% in my bracket. So I got to hurry up. I got to get my ass over to New York, and I'm going to go deal with some real brokers, and I'm going to go and buy some tax-free muni bonds. So then I could probably get 4.5 if I hurry, and that's tax-free, which will get me about probably whatever 37% I'm saving, blah, 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 probably around 7+%. All right, that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, you got to play it as it comes. That's life. You got to play the cards you're dealt. All right. You constantly got to make moves. You got to constantly play the game. That's life. Okay. Hopefully, we're going to see some deals coming this year. I'm starting to see it trickle down, but it's too damn slow for me. But every day, Vincent's calling me up, telling me about stuff he's finding. Every day, it seems like the price is going a little lower. We're starting to find some opportunities. Problem is, the opportunities start in the boonies. Okay. And you got to wait till they come into town, closer into town. But I can see the startings of it, because when the shit starts hitting the suburban areas, then it's going to slowly creep in. It's just a waiting game. How long we got to wait? I don't know. But I bet you damn well there's a lot of people out there that are having to reinvest their CMBS loans and all these other commercial loans. Commercial loans are not like a house. All right, residential market may be staying strong because people locked into a low rate, but they can't sell, because if they sell, they're going to give up that big low interest rate they got. So they're kind of stuck right now. So basically, residential goes out 30 years. Fine. Commercial don't. When you do commercial loans, you can get a 2, you can get a 3, you can get a 5, you can get a 7, you can get a 10. Sometimes you go past 10 if you got a really good lease on that commercial property. But typically, those loans are going to come due, and they're going to have to refinance at today's rates, and the property is not going to be cash flowing at the higher rate, so this shit's going to hit the fan. We just got to wait and see. Anyway, that's the story. I'm selling off a lot of stuff right now. I'm still looking to buy. What else?
Can I come to New York with you? When you
No,
do bonds?
you gotta go to school.
It's experience. I gotta go to that type of stuff. Gets me ahead of the game. It gets me ahead of everybody else.
You can't afford to miss no school. You missed enough days already.
Anyways, so
would you have like 3 weeks off for fucking Christmas? That's crazy.
I had like 2.5, but yeah, it's a lot.
Nuts. I couldn't wait to get rid of them.
It was nice.
And I gotta pay tuition even in the off days.
Yeah, you're right.
All right.
So 2023. So what are your predictions for this year in terms of the real estate market?
Stash your cash. If you get any money, stash it away. If you can save any money, stash it away. Because, listen, it's a cycle. It has to happen, all right? There's going to be some opportunity, and you want to be ready, okay? Because there's no sense of opportunity coming, and you ain't ready. You got to get yourself geared up. That's what we're going to talk about, things like that, when you come to the event, all right? What to do to line yourself up to be successful. We're not selling no courses. We're not raising no crowdfunding. There's going to be a crowd, baby, but that crowd ain't funded, okay? I don't want nobody's money. We just want to help people out on any level you're at. I've dealt with people. I was on the phone today with a kid from 18 years old. 18 years old. One guy the other day had an 18-year-old. He already got his real estate license and graduated high school all at the same time at 18. And he's ready to rock and roll.
Crazy.
What else? What are you doing? You're fishing.
I'll take a little break today and start
fishing. I'm racing.
I do drifting.
Get back to the books.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, today is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s
Oh, it is, yeah.
birthday. It's his birthday, right?
Is it birthday or just
It's his
like
birthday.
day?
Martin Luther King thing. Look it up.
I don't know.
All right, but anyway.
So let us know in the chat. Oh, speaking of that, everybody make sure you like this video. We need that. Make sure you subscribe, comment. We're almost at 1 million. I don't know what number we're at,
but we ain't there
but
yet.
we're still not there, which is really crazy to think about because we are no doubt the realest real estate channel out there on YouTube, real estate business channel, everything. Nobody can top us, I think. You let us know in the chat.
Everybody has an agenda. I don't have an agenda. Okay, it breaks up the monotony of real estate, which can get boring for me. But it's fun. I love to help people. If I can help people, I feel like I actually did something with the time I'm here on Earth. Was I successful? And I did okay. Yes, but now I can show other people how to be successful. Listen, if everybody made money, the world would be a perfect place. Okay, because everything I think is about money. All the wars and all this crap going on, it's all about greed and control. Why do people have to be greedy and control stuff and other people? Okay, everybody should just prosper for the short term that they're on this planet. Okay?
Yeah, but do you think they'll ever the government will ever change how schooling is? Because a big part of it is learning financial stuff when you're young, because schools are they don't teach you anything about business, especially public schools. I go to a private school, so I got a little bit.
They're teaching you the basics. They're teaching you the fundamentals.
Yeah,
what you need to be able to understand the financials and all that. I'm sure in college they probably teach you the real intricacies of all.
Yeah, but the majority of people don't go to college.
Finance and things like that if you take those proper courses. Right now, you're getting your skills together. So you know how to do certain math problems or understand percentages and all the basics.
Yeah, but
basics.
Everybody knows they're teaching kids to be workers, not owners.
It depends on the kid. If the kid wants to be a doctor or a lawyer, he can be one. The kid you went fishing today, his family's full of doctors and lawyers. I know him. He's my doctor. I also use a lawyer. I mean, don't ever mess with that kid, okay? Because I need his father's a doctor, and I don't want to mess with nobody who has lawyers in the family. Anyway, the point is, you can do whatever you want with your life, okay? It's up to you. You just got to get your brain focused and programmed to accomplish what you want to do in life, okay? Anybody can do it. I don't believe that. Honestly, I mean, a typical average person, I don't think there's much difference in the intelligence. It's all in how you want to apply yourself. If you want to be an intelligent person, you'll be an intelligent person. If you want to be a you-know-what, then you'll be a you-know-what. It's up to you. But yes, teenagers need to know how they need to start learning how the basics of also living. That's what he's saying. All right. They need to know how to maintain a bank account. They need to know how to pay bills. They need to know how to have a budget. They need to understand how the world works.
Not taught in school at all, by the way.
What?
It's not taught. It's not taught in schools.
It's fine. You learn at home. All right, fine. From now on, start paying the goddamn bills around here. Right. Your brother will teach you. I mean, you can learn anything you want.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the average person. Anyways, I think we have a caller coming in. So
we have a caller?
Yeah, we do. Ross.
Hey.
I got a TJ Maxx. I got a Ross. Ross, hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Where you at?
Cincinnati.
WKRP is still around, the radio station? WKRP in Cincinnati.
I don't know.
You don't know. You're too young. Look it up. It was only a decent show that came out of Ohio. So what's up, Ross from Cincinnati?
So I have a real estate portfolio currently, and I want to figure out what to do with it. It's currently worth about $44 million.
$44 million.
Yep.
How much owe the bank?
So it's made up of 3 properties.
How much owe the bank on the $44 million?
$21,200.
So you're like me. You own a bunch of real estate. You owe the bank about half. You know, but you're gonna have to sit down. You got to pick that portfolio. How many assets? 3 assets.
Yep.
All right, you got 3 assets. You got to sit down. You got to go through each asset. Okay. How much money am I making off that asset right now in my pocket after tax and all that shit? How much would I make if I sell it? You got to sit down and figure out what's the best thing for you. And then what you want to do. You got to have a plan, because if you sell, you're probably going to want to rebuy, because I don't know what your basis is. You know what your basis is on that $40 million?
It's pretty low. It's probably
you're in the same boat as me. Me and you in the same boat. If we go and sell the damn thing and we don't 1031 it and our basis is so low, then we're going to have to pay a lot of tax. So
but here's what I want to do, or here's what I'm looking at. Right now, in addition to this, I have about 2.7 in cash. Right now,
where's it at? Where's it at?
It's in the bank. It's not. It's like
is it getting 5.5 in a money market account?
About five and a half.
Good. All right, very good, very good.
But on my largest property, it's worth about 23 million, and I can pull out 3.5 million right now and have 6.2 million total in cash. Should I do that?
What's the current rate on the debt you have now on that property?
Well, current rate's 3.45. It's cheap.
Hey, and how much do you owe at 3.45?
Like a little over 10.
10. Well,
yeah.
If you pull out a few million, you're going to get rid of that 3.45,
nope.
aren't you?
I'm going to do a second. I'll do a second, and I can do that, but it's going to be 7.75% for that second.
All right. Well, there you go. You're increasing your cost.
Would you do that?
It depends. I'm not going to use cash or borrow cash unless I got something to do with it. Because you're going to be paying 7+% on that money. Mm-hmm. You got to have something that's going to bring in more than that. So what are you going to do? I'm sure a guy like you can go there and say, hey, give me a few million on this property. Fine. The bank gives you a few million. They can start charging you 7+%. What are you going to do with the few million? It's only going to get 5.5 sitting in the bank. You're going to be a point and a half down while you're waiting. So what are you going to do with the money is the question. Only borrow it when you have a purpose for it. What do you want to do?
Well, I want to go buy more property.
Well, can you find any deals? In Ohio, you can find deals standing on your head. Come on. The price in Ohio. I mean, the rents are lower, so the price are lower. But, what type of properties you got? What are they? Commercial?
Multifamily.
Family? Are they A, are they B, or are they C? Section 8, what? Middle class, working class?
B class, yeah. Workforce, 3 class, yeah.
All right, well, go try to find some more. Have you been looking?
Yes.
All right, good. You just got to you got a low ball. Right now is the time to look for the properties that aren't selling, that have been sitting on the market, talk to the brokers and say, hey, what do you got? Well, how long have you been trying to sell it? Well, it's been for 3 or 4 or 5 months. Well, it's time to lowball the shit out of that guy and bring him down to reality. That's what people are doing to me. It's life. It's what it is. It's the market we're in. You got to find the shit you like and lowball the shit out of it, and just give them good terms. Make the deal go quick and painless. Yeah. So, if you really want to sit down and go through your portfolio with a calculator in my hand and crank the numbers, go to benmallah.com/shopping. Consult with Ben. Get me on the phone. Let's sit down and talk about every property you got. What happens if you sold one? What happens if you refinance one? What do you want to go look into buying? You're looking for upside, right? You want to make money.
Yes. Yep. I ideally, within the next 6 months, buy 2 more properties in the $10 to $15 million range that are between 150 and 200 units.
Well, you might have to go down to the C class because that's where the market starts showing you the deals. The deals start at the bottom, and then it takes time for them to go up. Okay, so right now, you could probably go into rougher neighborhoods, C class. Maybe, you could do Section 8 like I used to do if you can handle it. Who manages your properties now?
Self-managed.
Oh, that's great. There you go. So, you got to look for properties that you feel like you manage. You need to find some upside, do something that we can raise the rents. And that's what you got to do. I mean, but I wouldn't borrow the money unless I had somewhere to go with the money.
Wait until I get a deal.
I mean, right now you're sitting on money. You got cash right now, right?
Yeah.
Use the cash you got, and then you can replace it if you have to with a refi after the fact. You can do that. Or you can package it all, I mean, I don't know, whatever you want to do, you can take that cash you got. How much cash you sitting on?
2.7.
2.7. I don't know, it's sitting in the money market. You could have it sitting in tax-free muni bonds, that are going to pay you almost 4.5 or pushing 5 tax-free, which is like getting 7.5. And then you can leverage against it when you need the money at a lower rate. But, whatever makes you happy. You might want to consult with me if you want to do some serious shit. And, but, I appreciate the call, but I would definitely get out there and look for the deals. Get with the brokers, go to every single one selling what you want to buy, and find a deal that's right for you and lowball the shit out of it. All right?
Thank you, Ben.
All right. Take care. Thanks for the call. Hello. What else?
We got some super chat. Shout out Jay Floyd. Thank you for the first super chat of 2024. Is there still issues with people getting homeowner insurance not on the beach in Florida?
Listen, the way it works on the beach is the insurance company is going to stick it to you. You got to have flood insurance typically if you got a loan on the property. I mean, you're in a hurricane area if you're close to the water. So, insurance company, it is what it is. You got to get bids, okay? Because even today, Ben Jr. was on the phone in 2 buildings we're getting ready to buy, okay? Our normal agent gave us one price. Another agent gave us a better price. We got another guy trying to compete. You got to get bids. You got to shop for everything. It's like everything in life. You have to shop for it. You're not going to buy a car until you shop around. You're not going to buy a house until you shop around. You got to shop for insurance. Don't be afraid. It costs you nothing to get an estimate or a bid on property, no matter where it's at. It's up to you. If you got a loan on it, the bank's going to require wind insurance. They're going to require flood insurance. They're going to require property insurance. You're going to have general liability insurance. You got to have insurance for everything. It's crazy insurance. Anyway, so, check around, get bids, shop around.
All right. Ballet Brand, thank you for the super chat. Much love, Ben. Pulse Chain is doing great.
All right. Listen, I wish people would just, I'm so tired. Right now, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you got something to say?
No, you're good.
The point is, everybody keeps talking about this president shit. Oh, my God. I mean, I don't want to get too political, but here's the story. All right. You want the straight scoop? I'll give you the straight scoop. Okay. The Democrats and Republicans need to stop thinking we're 2 different damn countries and realize we're one. All right? It's ridiculous. Now they personally go after each other with a vengeance. I mean, listen, we had Trump for 4 years. I don't remember, and tell me if I'm wrong, okay? In the Middle East, I don't remember hearing shit about the Middle East while he was president. Okay. I don't remember hearing shit about Russia. I don't remember hearing shit about China. I didn't hear shit about North Korea. Now you hear about all of them. This one's doing that. This one's doing that. Now they're just walking all over us. It seems like they ain't afraid. Okay. That's the problem. Okay. We're dealing with cuckoos out there in the rest of the world. Yeah, our country's got problems too. But I don't know. When he was president 4 years, I mean, COVID came and screwed him up. I thought he was doing a decent job. Let's face it. We all know, his ego is the size of the room. Okay, I grew up in New York. I know all about him as far as growing up and hearing about him. And I met him a couple of times, at his fundraisers. So he's actually a pretty entertaining guy to watch. He really should have been a stand-up comedian. The point is this. If all they got on him is he overstated the values of his property. Like, who the hell are they? They probably never bought shit in their lives. And they're talking about him overstating his value. He spent his whole freaking life in real estate. That's one thing I can say. Listen, I'm not trying to say he's the greatest guy in the world. We all got our problems or deficiencies. I mean, except me. The point is this. It's nonsense, okay? The bank is loaning him money. What the hell's the state got to do with it? Now they're protecting the banks, private companies? Let me tell you, these banks ain't stupid, okay? They're not loaning you shit unless they know they're going to get their money or they're protected, okay? And what's it got to do with the state, okay? And who the hell are they to determine what the value should be? It's bullshit. And if all they got on him is that, they ain't got shit on him, except they're trying to say he's the one that caused the January 6th riot, which he wasn't there, so I don't know. The point is, what we got going on now is I feel like we're weak, okay? The Middle East has gone cuckoo, okay? When Trump was president, yeah, we were still in Afghanistan. Let me tell you something. Honestly, it makes me sound so. It breaks my heart when I read about Afghanistan, okay? While we were there, and we're supposed to pull out. We'll pull out when things are straight. Just that's the way that's the whole purpose of going in. Now that we pulled out, we left all our shit there, and we gave it to the friggin' Taliban. That's crazy. The women can't even come out of their house right now. They can't go to school. They can't go to work. They can't even come out the house. They're treated like pets. Okay, and I mean it's crazy. Why do we do these things? And then you got Russia doing what the hell they want. I don't know. But let me tell you something. Trump ain't afraid to pick up the goddamn phone and talk to somebody. I don't see Biden doing that. I don't see it. I'm sorry. He's been milking the system and politics his whole life. We don't want a politician running this country. I'm sorry. All right? Because we need somebody that understands logic and business. okay? And they get too goddamn personal, these politicians, and it's just screwed up. So I don't know. We ain't got no better choice than Trump. Then let him have 4 more goddamn years. He didn't screw it up the 4 years he had it. I sure was living good, and that's my side of the story. I'm not pushing nothing, but I'm just telling you my opinion because people are always asking me. Biden, he's too damn old. Trump is too goddamn old, but at least he's in decent enough shape where I think we can squeeze 4 more years out of him. So that's the story on the president bullshit. The immigration shit they're always talking about. Listen, he was trying to build a fucking wall. But what did they bitched about it, moaned about it, and they stopped it. Why? Now I hear they're building it again. Listen, it's logic. He's using logic. You got a problem with people coming across the border? Put up a fucking wall. If it ain't going to stop them, it's going to slow people down. And I'm all for people coming into this country. Okay, good people. Okay, go through the process. Find out who they are that's coming in and do things the way you're supposed to. Okay, not just coming in. Okay, so that's the whole story of the immigration. They should have put up the goddamn wall and got things in order. There's only 2 places you get in this country, to my knowledge: Mexico and Canada. And we never hear shit about Canada. Why? Because they're on top of shit. So that's the story with that. What else you want to talk about? News.
I think we got a caller.
We have a caller. We have a visitor and a caller. We got a visitor and a caller at the same time. All right. Who's the caller?
Hey, Ben. How you doing?
You're going to be late for my funeral.
Hey, what's up, Leah? I think he's on call.
We got a caller or what?
Yeah. Hey, Ben. It's Lee. How you doing, man?
Lee, how are you? Lee. I met you, Lee. I know you, Lee.
Yeah. We've met several times. I come to almost every event. So
I appreciate that. And
absolutely.
What do you think of those events? I mean, if you can hang out with it. Listen, I'm going to tell you about Lee. Lee is one sharp guy. Okay, I've met the guy many, many times. He's a real good-looking guy. I'm not gay, but he's good-looking, sharp guy, smart guy, and this guy can hang out with anybody he wants. But he comes and he hangs out with us. I mean, what do you think about the events we do?
The events are excellent. Listen, you got to get there. I'll go ahead and do my plug. You got to get to the events. If you want to be about it, you got to be around it. And what you get and the exposure you get is unprecedented. And the number one thing I love, you ain't got a book to sell me. You're just telling it like it is.
You got to get in where you want to fit in. And if you want to fit in with people like me and Lee that are out there trying to make some money, then that's where you need to be, okay? Forget about going to the club that night. Forget about your sister-in-law's baby shower, whatever, gender reveal. Come to our event because you're going to be talking about making money. What's up, Lee? How you been doing? Doing good?
I'm doing real good, real good. I had a question for you. I wanted to throw at you. When because you know that I do the whole Section 8 thing. You know that I've got that down, and I've talked that to other people. We've talked about it at the events.
Are you doing something in healthcare too? I think
I am. So what I'm doing now, and this is a side thing that I'm doing, is I've got a real nice house. It's actually under a commercial loan, and I'm Airbnb nurses is what I'm doing, and I've also have it up for insurance relocation. So if someone's house burns down and they got a big family, they need a place to go. That kind of thing. So I'm being creative with my real estate. So that's doing real good right now.
What you're doing is you're thinking out the box.
Got to.
Okay? Because if you got traveling nurses coming there and staying there, and you got people staying there for temporary emergency housing, and you're making money, and the numbers work for you, then you're a smart guy. You're not just sitting around, doing what everybody else is doing. You're doing something different. And when you do something different, you create all kinds of opportunities.
You got to, because let's be honest, Airbnb is getting saturated. Let's be real. So you got to think outside.
I mean, everything has its market and its flow and its fad, and it was a good thing, and it beat the shit out of the hotel business for a while. It still is, but people do it. They did it. Some like it, some don't, and it fizzles out and it levels off. Okay, and I think right now it's pretty much just leveling off to the people that like it. And some people say, nah, I'd just rather stay in the damn hotel. I don't need that friggin' place. It depends on what you want, too. If you're looking for a vacation home, then Airbnb is definitely the way to go, or, for rent by owner or something. Absolutely. But I'm real happy for you.
So here's a question. So let's talk, take them through the anatomy of going from single family, because anybody can do that. You go to the bank, you get your loan. It's almost ingrained because they want you to do that. It's the bank's bread and butter in a certain sense, right? Because a lot of people are doing it. Let's talk multifamily, going from the single family And I'm talking beyond 4 units to the multifamily. We're dealing with commercial loan. What does the anatomy of that when you're dealing with the bank look like? A lot of people don't know and they're afraid to branch into that. And I want to hear it from the Godfather. Go for it.
Okay. The thing is, what people have to realize is typically there's 2 types of real estate, residential and commercial. 5 units or more are commercial. Okay. So basically, when you go apply for a commercial loan, yes, they're going to look at you and make sure you're not a deadbeat. Okay. They're going to make sure you got decent credit. They're going to want to see, you have some kind of income. But typically, a commercial deal is mostly based on the property, how much money that place is going to generate. Okay. How much cash flow is it going to produce? What's the loan to value ratio? It's all about the property. You got to find a piece of property that's generating income or has the value add component so you can get in and make it generate income. The bank might turn around and say, okay, this building's only worth $1 million right now. But if you get in there and you tell the bank, listen, I'm going to fix it up, I'm going to do this, I'm going to raise the rents, they'll say, fine, we're going to give you X amount of dollars right now based on the value. And then once you improve the property, then you come back to us in a year or so and we'll take another look at it. And that's when you refinance, because now you're justified to be able to borrow more money against it. But it's all about the property, the property's numbers. The bank wants to see the numbers, because if you go belly up or you walk away or you drop dead, they're going to get stuck in that property. They got to make sure they get their money back.
Gotcha.
It's all about what deal you lay on the table in commercial. Commercial real estate, the banks look at everything. When I go to them with a Home Depot, all right, you think, oh, shit, they're going to loan me money at Home Depot. There's no risk in that. There is a little risk. How long does the lease go out? Now, if the lease only goes out 5 years, they're going to say, well, but if the lease goes out 15 years, they're going to say, hey, ain't worried about shit. It's all about the risk factor. How much risk is the bank going to take? But commercial property, pretty much the property is the one borrowing the money. You're just the guy pulling the strings.
Excellent. One more question.
Go to the right bank. Go to banks that want a loan to whatever level of commercial real estate you're going to be in. And you got to know, whatever your budget is. If your budget is to go out there and buy 10 units for $1 million, then that's what you look for. You got to know what your parameters are and zero in on the deals that could be for you.
Absolutely. Another plug on the events. You've taught us a lot, and in these events, you've given us a due diligence list, for us to go by when we're looking at this kind of stuff. And you've also talked about certain levels of lenders, the types of lenders that do commercial loans and stuff. So it's really been very educational, and as we begin to branch into that. So I'm doing what you said. I'm saving up. I'm getting ready. I'm getting everything ready, so that way when the time comes, we can just jump in and the deals are going to be coming, like you're talking about it right now.
Let me ask you a question. Go ahead. And you can be honest. Well, no, don't be honest. On my side. How was the food? Was the food any good?
Oh man, that last event, the food was great.
It was a buffet, baby. Eat all you want. It was like a Mexican buffet, right?
Yeah, you covered everybody's taste. You covered everything. You had the Latin flavor. I
even made them provide White Castles during.
Yeah, that cracked me up. That cracked me up. The White Castle, and I had some.
White Castles is hors d'oeuvres, baby. That alone is worth the trip. And he didn't microwave them; he steamed them.
Yeah, it was good. And the food was good.
My White Castles, you better steam those things.
Come to the event. Come to the event. I've been to.
Vincent's here.
5 of them.
Vincent's here.
Wait, I'm here. Wait, is this my buddy? I can tell by his voice.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Vincent?
Hey, what's going on? How's it been?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good.
Are you able to come down on February 24th?
Yeah, I'll be there. Sure.
All right. We look forward to seeing you, man. We really appreciate the call, and we hope to see you. And I can honestly say Vincent's been working lately.
I've always been working. It's just I'm closer. Now you see it in real time.
Vincent's out of Fort Lauderdale. He is right 5 minutes away from me now, and he's working in the office with his brother. He's working out in the field, and we're getting shit done.
Wait, I missed his whole spiel. We've known this guy for like 3-4 years now. All right, you got to fill me in later.
I appreciate the call.
You got my email. Shoot me an email.
Shoot him an email. Hook up with Vincent, please. Is he gone?
Yeah.
All right.
Where's
What
the
else?
face at? I thought I was supposed to see his face and everything.
No, we don't do all that no more. The problem's
Oh.
on a budget. What do you got? Anything, Aaron?
He's got a Dolce Gabbana shirt on, but he's on a budget. Okay.
All right, Vincent's getting so goddamn desperate. He's calling me up, trying to get me to go out of state now. He wants me
shit.
and him to go to Tuckaguka, Bugabooga, Mississippi, and Alabama.
Hey.
You're crazy. I'm not getting my ass killed down there.
Hey, in hard times, you tell me where to find a deal under 100 a door in Florida. If it ain't, so we got to go out of state a little bit because
Well, look.
Like it's at that point now where you're not finding anything under 100 a door.
I'm waiting for them to come down. They're coming down, but the same shit as 100 door now used to be 120. So it's trickling down, baby, trickling down. And you just got to be there to keep waiting for it to flow.
We're
waiting for the deals to flow.
Hey, you're waiting, but you got a deadline.
What are you gonna do? It's
Your
just your-
deadline
listen,
is more
if I-
important than anything.
Listen, there's only two things that are gonna happen. The money either goes to the government or it goes to your guys' inheritance. So what do I care? I'll be dead.
I want the inheritance. I don't want the damn government. Got enough. They just got
They're gonna
property
take
taxes.
your money, baby.
They just got property
They're gonna
taxes
clean
from
your
every property
clock.
in the world. They don't need my inheritance too.
They're taking it all, baby.
I gotta protect. I don't blame Aaron. I gotta
You'll
protect
be
Aaron.
working at Popeyes when they get done with
Hell
you.
no, I'm not. I'm gonna fight to
You
the
love
last.
Popeyes.
I'm gonna fight to the last day before they get our money. I'm telling you, because they get enough of our money. We pay sales tax. We pay property tax.
We pay transfer
You
tax.
pay transfer tax. You pay
Every
a bunch
day.
of taxes. Okay, they got plenty from us, but you better do it now that I'm young. I'm still young. I'm
I'll
feeling
work
young
harder.
now that I'm back in town. I was here for a
He's
couple
back in
months.
town.
I lived it. It was fun. I got a lot of stuff set up.
And you're ready to move out again.
I'm ready to get
You're ready
out
to
of
get on
here.
the road, baby.
Get
And
on
I
the
got
road.
a place for you.
I'm like Elvis. I'm ready to get okay.
Look up Madison, Florida on the map.
Hey,
That's where you're going. Madison,
Madison.
Florida.
look up Madison. It can't.
It's more in Georgia than it is Florida.
It's still Florida though, right?
We had to fly into Georgia because this place was so in the middle of nowhere in Florida. The closest airport was in Georgia.
That's a first.
That's crazy.
You like first. That's a first
Yeah, that's a first. All right.
for Georgia.
You got anything, Aaron? We ain't gonna be here all night. I got work to do.
Yeah, shout out Manly. What happened to Berkshire Hathaway
Berkshire.
after Charlie and Warren? Value crash? Question mark. Do you know anything about Berkshire
Honestly,
Hathaway?
I've been following Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway wasn't. It was. What's his name? The other old rich guy. Buffett.
Warren
I call him
Buffett?
Buffet.
I'm sure he still has a part of it.
He runs it or he created it. Let me tell you something. That company's been around a long time. They made a lot of people a lot of money. They must know what they're doing. But I'm not really. I'm done with the stocks. I took my goddamn losses before 23 was over, and I did it too early because my timing's always off. I did it in friggin' November because the broker, the big shot financial manager says, "Oh, you better do it before December because everybody's taking loss in December, and that brings the market down." Well, everything they say is always the opposite. The goddamn market went up in fucking end of November, December. So I didn't have to take all those losses. I took my losses. I'm done with stocks. I'm focusing on real estate, and I'm investing in stuff that I control. Or I have sleepless nights he controls.
Assistance. You still control it as a whole.
So, anyway, that's the story. I don't know Berkshire Hathaway. I can't tell you about shit I don't know. Except
But
they're a big
Berkshire
company.
Hathaway is still one of the biggest companies in the world. I'm sorry, I haven't read the news about it, but I doubt that anything is seriously going to happen with them.
Depends on what they invested people's money in. They buy businesses. They take people's money. They
They're
buy
bigger
businesses,
than a lot of
They
banks.
turn the business around. Blah 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 blah. What else?
Vince, did you bet on the Bucks game tonight?
Bucks, I haven't had no damn time for no
Tonight's
damn
the playoffs.
sports. I'm sorry. I got a little bit of sports in me, but not. I could play it. I can't
The
watch
only
it.
sport is beer pong.
No, I can
Okay,
play.
it's the
I'm
only sport you ever
athletic.
played. I've seen you
I'm
play.
like the only athletic
Okay?
Mallah.
I've seen you play. I keep telling. I'll tell you the story. Quick story again about Vincent.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
He played baseball for the high school, and then he wanted
Starting
to play.
pitcher.
And then he wanted. Yeah, right. You started all right. He started the first one to start off the mound. Anyway, and then he wanted to play in another league outside of the school. He was driving me baseball crazy when he was a teenager. So we're sitting out here in the hot sun. The bugs are eating us up. We're at his game, and listen, let's face it, okay? You weren't that good. All right, if you were good, I'd tell you were that good. He wasn't that good, okay? And then they send him out to pitch. Why are they sending him out to pitch? Okay. And then I'm in the stands and I go, oh my God, why are they sending him out to pitch? And everybody goes, shh, quiet. The parent might hear you. And I say, I am the parent.
It was an all-black
True
baseball
story.
team in Oakland.
You know, it happened in Florida too.
In Florida too, but
anyway, it didn't
he
happen
stuck
in
out
Oakland.
like a sore
In
thumb.
Oakland, you didn't say shit about nothing because the parents are the ones you had to watch out for in Oakland. Parents had fights at the games. In
Anyway,
Oakland.
I still got a little.
In
bit
Oakland, I
athletic,
sat there and I shut the hell
but
up.
I can't
didn't say
watch
shit.
it unless I bet on it. I still haven't done my bookie. We got to
And then
do
he
something
tried
with
to
my
play
bookie.
ice hockey. He's playing ice hockey. Everybody's down there on one end of the goddamn whatever you call it, ice at the other goal. He's over there by himself. And I'm in the stands going, what are you doing?
I'm on
He
defense.
do the same shit in basketball. And he do the same. Oh, they're coming back. Why should I go all the way over there?
Yeah.
Oh, please.
And I know you yelled at Aaron so much he quit already.
Aaron better focus on his goddamn
Aaron's
grades.
tall. He had a chance.
He better worry about making money and not worry about. He can play all he wants, but he can take away from his academics.
He's like 6'4".
6'3".
One of my sons is going to graduate from college, not just try to enroll and party for a year.
He got me with that one. You can say that.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I know.
We'll
All
see.
right. What do you
All
got?
right. Do you think the price of single-family homes will increase once the interest rate drops?
You know, if interest rates go down, then they're at least going to stay the same. But, you know, I mean, they're definitely controlled by interest rates. Right now, houses ain't booming like they used to. Used to be you put an offer on a house. Oh, there's 10 offers on this house. Now they ain't getting 10 offers no more. They're looking to get one. So right now is the time to lowball them and try to buy that house right. If interest rates go down, you know, yes, real estate should go up. That's logic. Costs you less money in the bank. You can afford more money for the house. I mean, that's just simple logic, you know. But I don't think they're going to go down that much and that quick compared to the way they went up. So, you know, listen, it's all about finding a deal. You can find a deal whether the market's up, whether the market's down. You know, there's all kinds of reasons why people need to sell real estate. You just got to put the time in and look for it and get around the right people that can feed you deals, that are in the business. And, you know, that's what it's all about. Finding opportunity and value add. You know, buying something where you know you bought it right the day you bought it.
Okay. Shout out to Kakaka. Thank you for super chat. My girlfriend wants to marry me for my green card. We're 21 and we've been together for 3 years. She's Indian from the UK. She doesn't have buck teeth. Don't worry. What should I do, Ben? She's very hot.
All right. Your girlfriend wants to marry you for a green card. Well, you know, is she Indian or what?
Yeah, she's Indian from
the
England.
Oh, she's an Indian, and you know how much the family willing to fork out. They got something called dowry. Dowry. You want me to marry your daughter? Show me the money, baby. That's the way we do it in India. In India, you have to pay when you take someone's daughter. Why? Because the men make all the money, and the women, they stay home, so they're not worth as much. So basically, that's the way it works. But no, seriously, listen. You get married. You know, when you start getting married to somebody, it's a legal thing. So are you ready to legally be tied to her? You know, and you know, I don't know. It's a personal thing. You know. Do you love her? You know, is she going in the same path as you are in life? You know, me and my wife are opposites, but it works, you know. So is she right for you? And you know, if you get her a green card, you know, it's good, you know.
You're still
And
young. You're
but
still
you know,
young. He's 21.
21, I don't know.
Why not?
You just better
do
make
it.
sure she don't get pregnant right away.
Oh, damn. You're screwed.
But
if
the
that
thing is
happens.
this, listen. It's a personal thing, you
It's a
know.
whole
If
nother
this is the
ballgame.
woman, if you look at her and don't judge a woman just by their looks, okay? You want a balance, okay? Because a really good looking woman could not be the best thing to have. I mean, I'm lucky. I got the best of both worlds, you know, in most ways. Oh shit, I'll be in trouble for that one. What most ways? What do you ways you don't? I'll be in trouble if
He's
she
gonna
heard
have a
that.
black eye on the next episode.
Anyway, that's why I wear glasses. She beats me. I'm a victim of spousal abuse. Anyway, the point is, you really need to make sure that this is somebody you're going to live with and love and start a family with, and you guys are going in the right direction, you know. But if she's got faults, you better sit down and make a list of all the things you don't like about her, and then think about, can I swallow that and live with that?
True.
You know, unless you're a nut like Vincent and be happy somebody's willing to put up with you.
Yeah, right. I put people
I
put mine through so many tests that she passed all of them,
You
and I
know,
can't believe it.
I cannot imagine that poor girl having to deal with you every day and every
Please.
night.
You know, sometimes
I
it's the
mean,
family that the
yeah,
other
well,
spouse has to deal with. That's the
yeah.
crazy part. I can't believe she puts up with my family and all this
right.
stuff you guys
All right, what else you got?
make all our wives do.
All right, I've noticed
Hey,
your.
but one thing, I knew my wife needed a green card. I'm gonna be honest, but let me tell you, she got that green card, but she also got the MasterCard, she got the Visa card, and she got the American Express Platinum. So you better watch out because it don't stop with the green one. They just keep going. What else? We have a caller. Caller. What are you
Hey, Ben,
calling?
how are you, sir?
How are you? Thanks for the call. What's going on?
Well, I was reaching out to you for two reasons. First reason is I wanted to thank you because I actually did a consultation with you about 3 years ago. That was the last time Rafal had messaged me because he just messaged me again today. And since then, I've picked up about 800 apartments.
800
Holy
units?
shnipe.
800 units, yes, sir.
In 3 years?
Maybe just over 3 years, 3.5 years.
Holy mackerel, you've been a unit buying mother, you know what? That's great. Congratulations. So I'm real happy for you. 800, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, with the good things, you get the bad things. So I'm kind of in a weird, sticky situation with one of the properties, and I wanted your advice on how you would approach it.
Sounds like you need to go to benmallah.com/consult with Ben, like you did 3 years ago before you had 800 units. Now you want to sit here and talk about it, you cheapskate. I'm just kidding. What's up?
Trying to. So I've got a property. I purchased this back in 2021 for $9 million. It's 185 units in Missouri.
All right.
And it was a non-performing agency loan. I took over the loan, and I raised $2.5 million to buy the asset.
Okay.
Purchased the asset, renovated the units, got everything done. We were ready to sell the property in 22 for $14 million. We had a buyer under contract. EMD went hard. Everything was done.
Okay. What happened?
One of the LPs was not happy with the profit sharing that they had signed a contract for that we said. What we do is, or what I did was, when they gave the money, I said, hey, I'll give you guys a preferred return of 12% per year while we own the property from the cash flow. When we sell the property, you get your principal back and you get 30% on top.
Listen, you had a contract with whoever you raised the money to buy the building with, right?
Correct.
Whatever the contract says, that's what you got to go by normally.
Absolutely. Well,
in the end, if you have a contract and agreement in writing, did you have it in writing, a real agreement?
Yes, sir, we did. We had everything in writing.
You should have told him, listen, if you don't let the sale go through, then I guess I'll see you in court. I mean, what else can you do?
And that's where we're in right now. So he placed a list pendants on the asset, and it took me a year to get that list pendants removed off the asset. The asset's owned by me and only me.
Who put the list pendants on? The LP owed the money to, or the buyer?
The LP that I owed the money to.
Okay. What happened to the buyer? He went bye-bye.
The buyer went bye-bye because the rates kept going up month over month.
It's timing. It's all about timing.
Yes, sir, it is. So
the LP fucked your deal up because he didn't want to buy by what he agreed to because he saw too much money on the table and he got greedy.
Yes, sir, he did.
Well, that's not the way it works. It's not the way it works.
Yep. So now it took me until from middle of 2022 until basically December of 23 to get that title free and clear, get everything removed, get sanctions against him. I'm suing him for slander of title because he did mess up my title on the asset. That's where we are right now. So right now the asset's worth about $14 million again because I've got the NOI up to $900 a year now. It was at $800 back then. My question is should I take the property to market and do a regular marketing offering, or should I just, say, hey, this LP is going to mess it up again, or try to, and just take a cash offer from a guy that I have that's willing to pay $11 million for it?
I mean, listen, I thought you put the guy in his place where he can't stop a sale now, right?
I did, yeah, but he might put another list pendants. He's trying to do.
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but if you have a good real estate lawyer, he should put that LP in his place to where he can't do that to you again because he's already been proven that he's wrong. He can't stop a sale. So I mean, if you want to leave $3 million on the table, I mean that's up to you. The LP may have a problem with that because that will say you're not getting enough money. So either way, you're gonna have a problem with this guy.
My original projection when I raised the money was
money, huh?
My original projections when I raised the money was I told him, hey, if we sell for $11 million or we net $11 million, we pay off the bank. We owe the bank about $6.5 million. We walk away with $4.5 million. LPs get their 2.5 plus another $750 on top, so they get about $3.25 million. and I walk away with around 1.25 myself.
Well, if you want to, if you can't, I don't know. Typically, you're supposed to sell real estate for the most you can get.
Yeah.
You got problems on your end. That's the problem. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't leave $3 million on the table. I mean, I would definitely go to the market. We lost his face. I don't know if it matters. Did you hear me? Can we hear you? Are you still there? We lost him. We lost him. Anyway, you need to go to Ben Mallah like you did 3 years ago before you got the 800 units and get me on the phone and let's talk about it, okay? Because you want to leave $3 million on the table. Shit, if you're willing to take it down to 11, who knows? Maybe Vincent will fly down to Missouri and take a look at it and buy it from you.
Missouri is further than the properties that I want to buy.
Yeah, but it's all about location. I don't care if it's next door in our own state. If it's a good location, it's a good investment, you can buy it. And he's talking about fairly big size unit property. So you have a manager there. As long as you got an on-site manager and good maintenance, what the hell are you doing anyway? You need to, what you're doing is paying the bill. So but it's got to be the right opportunity, and it got to be big enough to where it pays, to have something that far away. What else? You got anything, Aaron?
Let's see.
Anybody with any good questions?
Yeah. Well, here's a good.
Anybody buy their ticket yet? You go to benmal.com/live, press the button, get your ticket, come hang out. Let's have a real estate party, baby. Who else do you know where you could come to their hotel, which is probably worth about $50 million, be my personal guest at an event, hang out with us, and talk about helping you? Where else are you going to find that? Okay? And I'm not, I don't want to mention his name, Cordoni. I'm not looking for no money. I'm not looking for nothing. And I don't act like a big shot. I love to talk to people. I love to meet people. Come hang out with us. The hotel needs the revenue. I'm not lying. I'm not, no shame in my game. We need cash flowing, baby.
Not lying.
Like
this is slow months, baby. Slow season.
Not only that, but
it's been the slow season for like the last couple months. So
you got anything, Aaron?
Yes. I've noticed your weight loss. So I'm sure everyone else has been looking
bleeding
good.
Financially, and now it's starting to affect me physically.
It just says, please tell us how it's going and like what did you do to lose that weight?
When you lose money, you lose weight. Okay. Plus, you could also get a Factor meal. They're fresh, chef-prepared daily meals to your door. Fresh. All you got to do is pop them in the microwave for 2 minutes, poke some holes in them, pop them in the microwave for 2 minutes, and you got yourself a delicious, healthy, chef-prepared meal, baby. And that's what I want you guys to eat for lunch every day at the office. I got some coupons for you.
I already got them.
Before you leave,
they're already there.
They're
already there. Already done.
All right? You got a microwave in the office. You got a refrigerator.
But there's one problem.
Factor it, baby.
There's one problem. I had to get an oven. I had to get one of those little microwave ovens. I call them the Obama oven, the little oven.
Use a regular microwave.
No, and then you put it on the pan. I need the oven. I can't do the microwave.
Listen, the microwave ain't going to do any more damage to you than you've already done.
I eat more of them when I use the microwave. I've got them. I did the deal.
You're supposed to put them in the oven. I don't have to read the directions.
I did the deal.
I like things quick and easy because you need to spend your time making money, not in the kitchen playing Betty Crocker.
Well, you put it in the oven and you walk away and you come back 10 minutes later and it's done.
Well, make sure you do it. Everybody in your office because you're spending too much goddamn money.
100 of them. I ordered 100.
Like big shots eating Outbacks and what do you call that shit when they deliver the food?
Chick-fil-A we had today. Anyway, I got 100 of them for the office.
Oh, you can't buy 100. They don't last that long.
They come over the weeks.
They're not frozen. They're fresh.
I know, but they come like 20 come every week.
All right, good. You spread
20
it out.
come every week for 5 people.
Anyways,
that's enough.
No, I like the factors.
Good.
Everyone loves them.
Maybe you'll factor up, baby.
Ben and Vincent, being early in my career, I've always made sure my appearance was casual and conservative. What are your thoughts on What are your thoughts on when to dress formal for business and everyday life?
Well,
like, where do you
where you're going and who you're meeting? Okay, if you're going to, I don't know, whatever you do for a living, your job pretty much dictates the way you're supposed to dress. But let me tell you one thing: if you dress, you will impress. And Jimmy Hart always told me, if you dress like the audience, you'll be in the audience, baby. So, you know, it's all according to where you're going. If I got to go to a certain place, like to the country club, they have actually an attire you have to abide by. You got to tuck your shirt in, you got to wear a belt. Some of them will require a jacket. If you're going to, it depends on where you're going and who you're dealing with. If you're dealing with Vincent, And you know, you go real casual,
Yeah,
you know.
right. Please, I'm usually the 5th nicest person dressed at any place I go. If I go to the grocery
That's because he
store,
goes to Ross dressed for less a lot.
look, if I'm at a business meeting, I do the 3rd button. If I'm like at work, I do the 2nd button. And if I'm like after work, I do the 1st button.
Yeah, I like to
And then
button
if
you
you're out
up.
at the club, you do the
What do
no
you
button.
got? What do you got? We ain't gonna be here all night. I got work to do.
I'm on the 2nd button right now. I'm
What?
working again.
Okay.
You should dress nice, of course. Like what the hell, you should be the nicest
Your
dressed
school
person.
has a protocol for dress
Yeah, we have a dress code throughout the week, and then we actually have to wear a suit
on Friday.
on Fridays.
That's nice.
A
That's
full
smart.
suit.
All schools should do that.
It's called Good Friday, where you got to dress good. All right, what do you got, Aaron? Anything?
Yeah. All right. So, what are your thoughts on buying assisted living, skilled nursing, and other senior living properties and renting them to operators?
Okay. Well, you know, I've been in that position before. I've had a lot of operators come to me, and I know people in that business. It's all about the operator because basically you're just leasing the place to the operator. Okay, you got to make sure that they have a history. They got financial abilities. You got to check everything. You got to make sure that they're good operators, especially when they're playing with people's lives. Okay, it's dangerous. You got to have the best insurance. You know, so if you have a really strong operator that has a history of doing that stuff and can prove to you that they're making money in their other locations, these are things you have to screen. So, you know, listen, the time in bed is only going to be as good as the person in there with you. So basically, you got to see how good they are before you get in bed with them. You know,
if they leave, you are screwed.
Well,
if they
yeah,
leave,
you know,
baby, I guarantee
you
it.
don't want to be in that business unless you're an expert, licensed, and trained to be dealing with people's everyday
Old
needs.
people start dying.
We've done a lot of us independent senior housing. That was hard enough. But when you start getting to assisted living, you're providing them the food. You got to worry about the medicine. You got to make sure their place is clean.
Diapers.
You got to run a dining room. You got to have everything. Diapers. You got to, you know, it's a lot.
What would you do if
And
somebody left?
Socially, you got to have something for them.
I mean, would we have
And
to
you
run
have good
it?
staff. And you got to have equipment. Oh my God, it's like running a
It's a
hospital.
hospital.
You know, so you got to make sure you get in bed with a good operator that has a track record
Hell
that you know you
no.
can depend on.
That's-
You know, but it can be very lucrative because a lot of these places, and let me tell you, for $5,000 a month to take care of somebody is nothing. You know, I know guys that pay $10,000 for some of their parents. I wonder how much you guys are going to pay for me. Probably going to put me some dump down here in Dunedin.
Dunedin's nice.
Okay. Where do you
Nice
start
place for you.
when you're trying to enter the real estate industry at 18? Afterwards,
You know-
getting a real estate license, of course.
If you get a license, then you go to a brokerage that you feel like is going to help you and motivate you and have opportunity there. Okay. Somewhere that's making money, a busy office, you know, you can grab onto somebody's coattail and learn the ropes. I mean, that's a good way of doing it, you know, because now you're seeing other people doing transactions and doing deals and you understand. You're seeing buyers, you're seeing sellers, you're getting your feet wet. I mean, you know, that's the best way to me to do it. I would say do it, but you're going to have an income on the side because you're only going to get money off of commissions. Unless you get lucky, maybe you can find an office that has some property management business. You can help them with that, and then they'll pay you a salary for working for them. I mean, you got to try, okay? Go out there. If you have a license, 99.9%, I think, of brokerage firms, you dress nice, you walk in, you tell them you got your license, you're a young guy, you want to learn a business, and they'll welcome you. If they don't welcome you, then move on to the next damn office. But, you know, that's what you have to do, and make sure you feel good about it. And they'll tell you all the tricks on having to sell real estate. Maybe you'll be doing the open houses for somebody that's too busy and too a big shot. But getting your license is a license to make
They
money.
said after that too, like you know that you're saying brokerages, just jump from brokerage to brokerage until you find the right one, or
I mean,
what else would you do
if
as
you
like
feel good
a
about
step?
somewhere where you feel like it's benefiting you and you're learning, and if people encourage you to learn and they're giving you opportunities to help them and they're willing to teach you, then you found yourself a home,
Or a management
you
company,
know, and then you got to go out and you got to find buyers and sellers.
or a management company.
Management's different. Typically, management companies don't sell real estate. They manage properties. But that's a good route to go if you plan on owning your own one day. That's what worked for me. But you're going to have to work for salary and learn the ropes, you know. But in sales office, you know, it's good because now you're seeing the basics. People buying, people selling, everyday people, you know, and it's an opportunity to be around. You know, if you're in it, you're going to win it. You got to get in it. You got to be around it.
All right, so back to now it's 2024. What are some goals, or where do you want to like move towards with it being 2024, a new year?
Listen, it's a new year, but it's the same game. You got to play out in the market. You got to get out there and you got to find a deal. All right. Is it frustrating? Yes. Do I look at tons and tons and hundreds of deals and delete them? Yes. Okay. But you got to put the effort in. You got to work harder right now. Until the sellers get it in their heads, you got to come down in price. And I'm swallowing it myself right now. I sit down, people make me offers a lot less than what I'm asking for the property. And I turn around, I pencil it out, and I say, well, I've tried to market the place for a month or two. This is the most I'm going to get. And it's either the number I could swallow it or I can't. I got to look at, how much I owe the bank, how much the place has been generating me, how much money I'm going to have to pay Uncle Sam if I can't replace it. And I got to, figure all these things out,
But don't be confused. Right now, I mean, I've been in it for a little bit, not as heavy as, of course, the guru, but I've been doing it. I've been researching. Right now, there's no easy money out there. You got to work harder. The deals are a lot skinnier than what he used to do, for the last 5 or 10 years.
Try.
But he's been squeezing those deals every year and finding new ones. You got to figure out what works and, do your due diligence and crunch your numbers 10 times. And good luck and try to retrade, like you said.
They're out there. You just got to find them.
He just made an offer today. I don't want to say too much on the thing.
The guy wanted $12.5 million in the property. All right, he ain't getting that in this market.
He said you can probably get it for 11.
There you go.
And
11.
you offer him 9.
I offered him 8.5.
8.5.
All right, so make it 9. So he's at 11. I'm at 9. I don't know. Is the deal worth $10 million? Maybe we'll meet in the middle. I don't know.
All right.
Work the deal.
I'm right there with you. That's one of 20.
Tell him to get you a counter in writing. Get me a counter. Tell him just take my LOI, scratch out my number, and put the number you're willing to take, and then send it back to us. And then we change it, and we scratch it out, and we put another number there, and then we send it back to him. Play the game, baby. That's the sport I like.
It did feel
like
good.
Tennis.
It did feel good to get the LOI out on MLK Day.
It's tennis. There you go.
Shooting it out MLK Day. I'm sorry, I got too excited.
Well, it's a great holiday. I mean, it's a holiday everybody should.
I had half the day off. Lil Ben gave me half the day off.
It's because you only have black.
He gave me half the day off. I came in at lunch. He said, "You still better bring us lunch, though." I was like, "That's kind of messed up if I got to bring lunch." But all right, it worked.
Today you can have a good lunch in honor of Martin
And I
Luther
might
King.
be listing there, man. I don't want to talk about my stuff. Get you all amped up.
It's depressing when you think about Martin Luther King because listen, the guy wasn't violent. Okay, he was ahead of his time, and he's trying to help people. And everybody says, "Oh, he's all about black." I watched a lot of his stuff. He was about everybody just being human and treating each other with respect. That's all he wanted, and they killed him because that's the way this world was so primitive back then. And it's still, we're still haven't eliminated all the idiots out there that just don't want to get along. Why can't people just get along? It makes life so much better. I get along with Vincent.
We get along.
Easy?
Y'all should be able to do it.
But I force myself, and it makes life pleasant. It's better than fighting with him. What else you got, Aaron?
All right, shout out to Vermont Internet Design. Thank you for the last super chat of the night. What about industrial properties? Have you ever put together a data center or a factory or something like that?
AI. Anyway, we've never done industrial. I've looked at them. I didn't really know. I wasn't in that circle. Everything in real estate has a sector. You got industrial, you got multifamily, you got retail, and then you got what else?
Land.
Land don't make no money. Development. But anyway, the point is this, okay? I don't know.
Medical.
I know that people have taken big buildings, and I believe to be a data center, you got to beef up the juice coming into that building. You got to have a lot of power, especially if they're doing any of that damn mining stuff. So they need a lot of power to run those computers. But listen, everything makes sense if the numbers work. How much can you buy the building for? How much is the tenant going to pay you? And do you have any expenses? What's the bottom line? It doesn't matter what kind of real estate you buy. You could go buy a hot dog stand down the block. If it's cash flowing, it's cash flowing. It's all about numbers, common sense, logic. That's the way you got to run your real estate. So I don't know. Industrial, you better, if you don't know about it, you definitely want to consult with somebody. You want to make sure it's all about a tenant. If you own the building, no matter what kind of tenant it is, whether it's somebody that's living in your place, it's somebody running a barbershop out of your place, or whatever they're doing, it's all about the tenant. make sure you got a good tenant that's going to pay their rent and hopefully stay a very long time. Are we done?
Yeah.
All right. Listen, I'm not going to tell you again, but I'm going to tell you again. Go to benmal.com/live, book your ticket, come stay in one of my hotels and hang out with us. You'll be helping us. We'll be helping you. And we're going to have a great night. And that's what all I care about. I want to be in a room full of great people, and I'm loving it. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there. All right. Don't forget, go to benmal.com/consult. Get me on the phone if you got a deal to do. Don't forget, Aaron's got merchandise. There you go, baby.
Yep.
He's trying to get that Hellcat, but he ain't going to get it unless somebody buys some merchandise.
Yeah.
Get some merch.
He started
Gotta
to
get
hustle.
some merch. You have to. This stuff is really good quality. It's good design. You can wear this anywhere, and it's
Yeah,
nice.
put the hoodie on.
Wait, so we're really doing a party? I didn't know.
February 24th, be there.
We're having.
And you get in for half price.
Are the girls going to be dancing?
Everything. We're going to have dancing
Magician?
girls. We're going to have great food. We're going to have Vincent there to entertain everybody. Aaron will be there. Ben will be there. My wife will be there. You'll have Carlitas, Margaritas. We're going to have big, giant pictures of them running. We're going to have a great time. So I hope everybody comes that can come. We got a shuttle bus that'll take you right from the airport, either the Holiday Inn or the 4 Point Sheraton where the event's going to be. That's the hotel with the big 100-foot atrium lobby.
That's
with
where
the
I'm gonna
water
be.
flowing and
I
the
love it.
trees. It
Reminds me, feel like I'm at Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, I
It
knew
looks
you say
just like.
Africa.
Oh, that
The
too.
jungle.
Late at night, you walk around and nobody's out there. Okay,
It's
you'll
a
see
great
it. You'll
place.
see it.
It's going to be a great night, and we really hope to see you there. All right? All right. We might keep doing these podcasts. I don't know if I can put up with these two, but adios.